Well, good morning folks, and welcome to the first of this week's scenery reviews. We are in Greece. We're in central Greece actually, and this is Ioannina Airport, Lima Golf India Oscar. It's a payware scenery by RealTURB Sceneries, and this is version 1 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. Downloads at 152 megs and installs at 384 megs, so it's not that huge. But it's nice, it's really quite extensive. It's available at Sim Market now, and it's actually discounted. The original price was €8.50. It's now been discounted to €7.56, which equates to $7.50 US or £6.49 UK. US and UK prices are estimates as ever, and they do include VAT and tax, which may vary depending on your country of purchase. As I said, this is currently discounted on Sim Market. I think it's till the end of probably till sort of like November the 5th or 6th. But usual price of €8.50, it's down to $7.56. So my first thoughts are it's a really nice little airport. We flew in here the other day, and if you have a look at my channel, you'll see my landing video that I did. It's in a really nice place. It's just literally sort of like a third of a mile or so from Lake Ioannina, and we'll look a little bit more of this in detail now. But first of all, let's as usual have a look at a little bit of history of this airport. So, Ioannina International Airport, Lima Golf India Oscar, is an international airport owned by the Greek state and operated by the Hellenic Civil Aviation Authority, or HCAA. The airport is located 2.5 miles or 4 kilometers from the city centre of Ioannina in Greece, and sits in a beautiful location just a third of a mile or 500 meters northwest of Lake Ioannina. Here's the lake here. The airport's full name is Ioannina King PYRRHUS International Airport, and it was established in 1932. The original 4,840 square foot or 450 square meter terminal building was built in 1953 and then expanded to double the original space that same year, and by a further 6,458 square feet or 600 square meters in 1993. The airport was named King PYRRHUS in 2007 after the former Greek king and statesman who ruled Epirus in 306 BC. Construction of the new control tower and taxiway were completed in 2017. In July 2019, the new airport terminal was completed and commissioned. It includes a new departure and arrival hall and a waiting area for passengers, as well as a restaurant and duty-free area. The airport is classified as Category 6 for firefighting. London's Heathrow Airport is classified as Category 7, for example. And the airport is served by a handful of seasonal airline flights from Aegean Airlines, Atlantic Airways, Olympic Air, Scandinavian Airlines and Widerøe. In 2019, the airport handled over 134,000 passengers and over 2,000 aircraft movements. Since the COVID pandemic, this has dropped significantly to around 62,000 passengers in 2022. So let's just give you the list of features. So the author has used PBR materials on pretty much everything. Custom-made apron lights, custom-made ground markings, custom-made airport perimeter fence. He's terraformed the terrain to allow a sloping terminal area and the car park areas, which we'll look at shortly. Parking stand airport services adjusted for more realistic results. The Ioannina new terminal, which was delivered in 2019 as discussed. And there's also a scenery configurator allowing on-off control for parking stands airport services. So that's quite neat. That's pretty good. As I said, I flew in here the other day. I was very kindly sent the scenery by the author for review. I didn't buy it, but still, as usual, the comments and thoughts are my own, have not been influenced in any way by the developer. But off the top of my head, this is a lovely little scenery that sits in a beautiful location, and as ever, really upstages the default. And if you wanted to fly in here, you've now got a lovely little airport at a very, very cheap price that really enhances this location. So no jetways there, of course. It's all parking out on the ramp, so no jetway tests for you. So let's lower the lighting and have a look at the runways. So just for a change, I'm going to let you have a look at the runways during the day and during the darkness hours. To begin with, here we are looking down the throat of runway 14. The airport does have a VOR and NDB. The VOR station is there, but it's not modelled. It's left to photo ground. That's where the VOR station should be. The NDB station is on the airport. So this is runway 14. As you can see, there's a turning circle. There is lights around the edges, and you've got PAPIs on the left. And it looks really quite nice. So Ioannina International Airport operates a single runway, runway 1432, measuring 7,881 feet or 2,402 meters in length, and it's made from asphalt. The airport lies at an elevation of 1,558 feet or 475 meters. Both ends of the runway feature medium intensity runway lighting, runway end identifier lights and precision approach path indicators on the runway left side. And here on runway 14, of course, you can see them on the left side there. So runway 14 features RNP Zulu and Yankee approach options. So let's just turn the lighting down quickly and you can see what it looks like in the low light. So just after 5:35 PM, and there you can see the runway lighting itself. No centerline lights, you will be relying on your nose gear on the landing approach, and of course no approach lights per se. But the runway is nicely identified there, and you have the PAPIs to assist you, and doing an RMP approach shouldn't really be a problem. So let's whip down the other end and have a look at runway 32. So here's runway 32 in the daytime, and as you can see, quite a large displaced threshold there too. So runway 32 also has RMP Zulu and Yankee approach options, but also has a VOR approach option too. And bear in mind the VOR is up there on the right hand side of the airport. There are also 4 VOR unspecified approach options, 2 for runway 14 and 2 for runway 32. And strangely enough, for such a small airport located here in the sort of central Greece, there are 2 arrival stars and 10 departure SIDs. So this airport is pretty reasonably well catered in terms of instrument approaches and departures. Only thing's missing, of course, is the ILS. So my initial thoughts, it's a lovely airport, beautifully modelled, it sits in a lovely location. The modelling is very nice. A lot of it's quite basic, but it's very nice. In fact, let me just quickly show you the runway 32 in the dusk time. And there you can see runway 32. It's 5:35 PM local time. The airport is bathed in a beautiful sunset reflecting off the mountains here. PAPIs on the left hand side, a medium intensity runway lighting, runway end identifier lights, and the blue airfield edge lights, which you'll see feature all over this airport, so it really looks quite good. So let's bring it back to daytime and let's go and have a look at the airport close up. So just leaving runway 32 there, you can see the windsock on the left. You can see the airfield edge lights as well there at either side of the runway. There's the PAPIs. Runway's nicely modelled, lots of skid marks. Just a little pan air side to start with. As you can see, some very, very nice modelling here. The building itself is very nicely done. Love the lights. As you can see, pretty basic, nothing serious, but it's simple but yet effective. Looks very nice. Car park, all's been done nicely, it's not been left to photo ground. Fire station's nicely modelled. The interior is constructed but nothing else inside. Here's my aircraft. Again, the control tower is nicely modelled, but again, there's no internal development in any of the buildings here. But at the outside structure on all of the buildings, I have to say, is very, very nice. I mean, look at the weathering on that building down there. We'll pop in and I'll give you a view from inside. So there we are, looking towards the threshold of runway 14 and looking in the other direction. As you can see, it's beautiful scenery here. It's really lovely, mountainous, beautiful. So just have a quick look landside. Here you can see some modelling has been done outside on the buildings. This building actually looks great in the evening. But as you can see, it's just, these little touches look great and they're really nice. There's not an awful lot. I think this is only one of a handful of buildings that have been sort of looked at landside. But as you can see, the place looks lovely. I just like it a lot. There's the airside fence down there that you can see that does go around the whole airport. So a really nice job has been done. You know, the buildings locally right to the airport are just very, very nicely done. Fence line, as you can see, goes all the way down. We just crossed the runway. As you can see down there, you've got the entry signs. No wigwags, but the entry and exit signs are fine. Here's where the VOR station would be. But as I say, it's not modelled, it's photoground. But again, we come up against the fence line. So just a quick look around the back of the control tower here, and ultimately round to the landside part of the terminal. And the modelling is very nice. You can see evidence of terraforming here. It's not only been done on the runway, thankfully. He's done a nice job of making the airport fit in. So coming up on the landside part of the terminal, nice car park there. And these lights have been properly modelled. So now we can see landside what it looks like. There's such a nicely modelled building here. Even the little chairs, all the details, very, very nicely done. Alright, so there's the airport entrance for departures, some little seats outside, and from what my research I can see the building has been modelled pretty much exactly as it appears in the real world. The roof design is correct as well. Very, very nice. So you've got the roads been modelled quite a way down there. There's a little hangar here, look, and there's the security gate. And the fence line all properly modelled. So it's very simple scenery, nothing sort of huge or anything, but it works. The effect is good and I like it. For the price and for what you get, it's a beautiful little product. Sitting in a really nice location. And I'm happy to say no vehicles go out onto the runway. Everything seems to be confined to the taxiway, which is great. So let's lower the lighting down to dusk now and have a look at how the airport's lit. Okay, so just after 5:30 in the evening local time, and we've lowered the lighting down. And here's a nice example of how the lighting's been done. Again, nothing serious, no internal modelling in the building, no parallaxing on the windows as such, but all just nicely simple to give you the effect of what you see there. A quick look down the runway towards the runway 14 threshold. There you can see the airfield lighting, the blue edge lights and the medium intensity runway lighting. All looks really nice. And here's a shot in the other end showing you the threshold of runway 32 with the extended threshold there and the lighting, and a lovely view of the lake in the sunset. So let's go up close and have a look at the ramp lighting itself. So as you can see, you've got these custom lights that the developer has included, and they look good, and the area lighting is fine. You are going to need your nose gear light to get you to this point, but we'll look at that when we turn the lights right down to night time. But as you can see, it's really nicely modelled, very simplified, but it's been done and it's just as it should be. It's just very nice. It's kind of quaint really, but I like the way it's been done. During my research I've looked at a number of photos of this airport, and this is pretty accurate, to have to say. It's very nice indeed. So coming up to the fire station, as you can see there's minimal lighting. He hasn't really gone to town in attempting to light the buildings too much, but what you can see, and we'll look in a second, is some parallax lighting in some of the buildings off airport. So you've got the control tower. We're going to pass through it because I saw some kind of a lighting bulb in there. Okay, so it's fully empty. But as we come out landside here, we looked at this building during the daytime, and here you can see he's done some work on the way the building is lit, and it gives the desired effect. And there's no internal modelling, but it really looks good. So just a quick look over the tarmac and the ramp here. Again, nothing seriously to write home about, but it all works. Just want to go and have a quick look at the runway entry signs here. As you can see, there's no green centerline lighting, so you will need your nose gear light. So there we go, that's looking in towards the runway. No taxiway as such, so you'll go into the runway and backtrack and turn for a departure. So all in all, this looks really nice. I mean, it's bathed in the evening sunset and it looks stunning. Okay, so let's drop it down to night time now and have a look. So 9:20 in the evening, and as you can see the sun is pretty much all but gone, and here we are at night time. So the ramp lighting has come up a little bit. You've got this tungsten lighting effect landside of the terminal. The main lights that he's developed here do the job, they really do. You can see plenty of lighting around the parking area, but of course you will need your nose gear light to get yourself off the runway. Follow the demarcation centre lines that you see to get you into this area to park. Blue airfield edge lights are well delineated, so you'll be able to see them. So there's looking at the runway 14 threshold end. You can see the taxiway airfield edge lights fully marked, as is the runway, and there's the VOR station, which is photoground. Landside Road is nicely lit up as well, but it's all Sobo globes, but it does look good. But here you can see evidence of the buildings where he's worked on the lighting. And they're looking towards the lake. Again, it's a beautiful scene. Runway's nice, no problem at all there. So a couple of close-up shots of the terminal buildings at night time and various bits and pieces. There's the towers, nicely lit from the outside. Excuse me. And the fire station looks quite nice. As I said, nothing serious, simplified modelling, but it works. So if we pass right to left, there you can see the car park is lit with tungsten lighting, and there you've got the terminal itself, also nicely lit from the inside. Sloping car park, that's interesting. So just a quick look at the landside here in the darkness. Again, nice lighting, nothing to write home about, quite simplified, but I think it works. And for me, just under €8, it's a very nice price for quite a significant piece of work that's been done here. It's just really, really nice. So a quick look at dawn. As you can see, you've got the sunlight beginning to rise over the mountains. It's 10 to 7 in the morning. The lighting is still on, and it looks nice, looks very nice. Okay, so 20 to 11 in the morning, and it's time to wrap up this review and give you my thoughts. Okay, it's a small airport. Not a lot has been, not a huge amount's been done. It's everything is fairly simplified. You know, we're not talking major development here, but it's a lovely little airport. If you ever wanted to fly in here, it's hugely a huge improvement over the default. I did look at the default, and there's really not an awful lot to write home about there. But it's a lovely little airport right in central Greece, sits in a great location with a really interesting approach, particularly to runway 14. I'll put the chart up in a minute if I get the chance to show you, because it's quite a specified RNAV approach, and just really nice. But the modelling is good, the texturing is good, the ground markings, terminal, everything you need is there as a pilot, with a few enhancements here and there that really make this scenery really quite pleasant. I love Greece, like flying in here, and I'm sure many other people do, and it's yet another interesting destination, but this time in mainland Greece. So yeah, would I recommend it? Definitely, certainly at this price. You buy it now before November the 5th and you've got the discount. So, Ioannina Airport in Greece, Lima Golf India Oscar, a payware scenery by RealTURB Sceneries, version 1 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. Again, no details about whether this will be available for Xbox. Hopefully it might well be. Download 152 meg, and it installs at 384 meg, so it doesn't take up a huge amount of disk space. It's perfectly fine. It's currently available from Sim Market on a discounted price. Current discount price is €7.56, which equates to $7.50 US, or £6.49 UK. US and UK prices are estimates, and they do include VAT and tax, which of course may vary depending on the country you live in when you make your purchase. It's a really nice little airport. My thanks to the guys at RealTURB for sending me a copy for review. It's very kind of you. I've flown in here and will be flying out of here as well. And the keen-sighted among you will have spotted my brand new Boeing 737-800 PMDG for VAP Air, which I got recently with all the colouring done, so that will be the new aircraft to introduce to you. I'll also be introducing our new float helicopter from the Fly Inside team. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the review, folks. I hope this little scenery is something that might interest you. I think it's beautiful, and would have happily paid for it, but again, thanks to the guys there for sending me a copy. I think it's a lovely one, and yeah, a bit of a steal really. It's been nicely modelled, and yet another lovely little airport that kind of comes to life in the darkness hours. And beware that it sits in the mountains. It's at a high elevation, 1500 feet plus, so it's a challenge, a little bit of a challenge to land at. But yeah, thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the review, and look forward to the next review coming this week. And I will be looking at another version of Marseilles Airport, this one by a different author to the last one I saw. We did the review on FranceVFR. If you missed that, I'll put the link down in the description below. But as I said, coming this week, the second review will be looking at Marseille, but by a different author, different developer, which I've been notified about. And lastly, I'm hoping, if I can, in this week to get in a review of Corn Island, or Great Corn Island, which is a little island in the Caribbean. Again, a payware scenery, beautifully done, and hopefully we'll have a look at that too. So this is Lee, your virtual airline pilot, saying thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you in the reviews later this week. Have a great week, folks. Bye bye for now.